Hey guys, it's Brandon Miniman from Pocketnow.com, and this is part 5 of the showdown between the AT&T Q9 Global and the BlackJack II. In this video I want to talk about software and see which one's stronger out of the box. So I'm going to start with the Q9, and to unlock, you do the unlock soft key and then star. Now to lock, it's kind of interesting. You press the home key and then the space bar. It's kind of unconventional. Usually it's a press and hold of the call end button, but it's easy to get used to. So let me get it into focus here. Zoom in on the screen a little bit. Okay, here we are. So I'm going to go into the start menu and kind of flip through here and show you some things that are unique. So everything here in the first frame is pretty standard. Messaging, calendar, contacts, active sync, AT&T Music, cellular video, MediaNet. Then over on the second side here, we have IM and email, which will take you into the Get Good, if you want to use that sort of email, or Get Express Mail. And they also have OZ Messenger as number 3. We're going to go back here. If we go into Office Tools, we have McAfee Virus Scan. Now, I've never used antivirus on a Windows mobile device. I don't plan to use it anytime soon because I don't know of anyone that's had a virus on their device. But if you are worried about that kind of thing, when you start it, it will install the program for you, and I don't want to do that, so I'm going to go back into the start menu. Okay, so let's go to My Stuff. This is where things get a little different than other devices. So let's start in My Device. It's kind of a file manager, that's what it is. It's a little more robust than the standard file manager in Windows Mobile Standard. If you go to My Documents, it'll certainly take you to My Documents. Same with My Pictures and Video. And everything else is pretty standard. You get down here to personalize my queue, and I kind of like this. From here you can customize the right soft key on the home screen, and I really like this because you can specify the name. So if you have a particular website you like to go to a lot, of course I'm going to write Pocketnow, and then you can go to you can choose an Internet Explorer favorite. You can choose anything from the start menu to link to, or any other application. So this is really helpful that you can do this. You can't do this on the BlackJack II. So I'm going to cancel this because I don't want to change that. And then home screen settings will, let's see, link you right to the setting that you're used to in the control panel, or the settings as they call it in Windows Mobile Standard. And they actually give you some really good color choices. There's a lot of colors. If I expand the list here, there's about 2, 4, 6, 8, about 11 of them. Usually you'll get, 5 or 6 colors. And I really like this one called Immaterial. I'm going to click Done, and it should load in about a second or two. There it is. Kind of reminds me of the T-Mobile Shadow colors, kind of a coppery type scheme. Kind of looks red on the camera right now, but in person it's a copper color. Then we go to home screen shortcuts, and we can specify how big the icons are, or if we want to show text. So if we do show large icons and show text, I'm going to go back to the home screen, and well, I don't see any text. I wonder to what that applies. It's probably a different home screen that I'm not using right now. So let me go back into My Stuff and personalize my queue. From here you can also change sound and ringtones, and you can adjust the start menu view. I like to have the list, so though some people like the iconic view. So here is the selector. You can actually choose by folder, which is great. So if you go to IM and email, if you remember that screen, we can change it from list view to icon view. And most devices don't let you choose all the way down to each folder, so that's really great. Okay, so I'm going to go back here, back up a little bit, and I'm going to go back to the main start menu. This phone comes with Opera. Opera is usually a well, if you want to buy it, it's $25, so it's great that they threw it in here. This is the default browser. Opera Mobile is much better than Pocket Internet Explorer. It lets you view web pages kind of at a iPhone-like zoomed out view, and then you can select a part of it and zoom in and pan around. So that's a welcomed addition. Going over to the right, if we click on applications here, we have some standard things, a lot of AT&T branded stuff. You can download Telenav, Internet Explorer is hidden over here, camera application, file manager, that kind of thing. And over here on the next page is My Cast Weather, Bluetooth, Settings, Documents to Go. This doesn't have Office Mobile on here, which is surprising, but it does have Documents to Go, which will let you view PowerPoint, Excel, Word, files, and that kind of thing. So let's go back again. Go into System Tools now. You can format the storage card. Do a lot of other things like Master Clear, which would be like a hard reset. You can do Master Reset, which is a standard rebooting of the device. Memory Manager, which kind of lets you see how much memory you have and how much is free and that sort of thing. Settings will take you right to the Settings menu. I wish this was out more in the preceding menu rather than buried in this, where are we here? We are in the System Tools menu. So I actually assigned Settings to number 2 on the keypad, so if I press and hold 2, I get right into the settings. And then we have a very plain old task manager here that shows us the programs that are currently open, but it doesn't tell you the memory usage, which is a bit annoying. And from here you can kill the applications and whatnot. So that is System Tools, and I added Google Maps. It's a must-have application, or Windows Live Search, and then Telenav Navigator if you pay for that, which is between $5 and $20 a month, depending on how much you want to use it. So that is software on the Q9 Global. Alright, so let's take a look at the BlackJack II. To lock the BlackJack II, you press and hold the right end call button, and to unlock, you do the same sequence as with the Q9. And I'm sorry if you catch a glare on the screen. The BlackJack II is very, very shiny, so it catches the light once in a while. Alright, so let's start off here. I'm going to go back into the start. I'm going to start in the start menu like I did with the Q9 Global, and we have the same exact thing that we had in the Q9 Global. Some Singular or AT&T stuff, and messaging and calendar, that sort of bit. And we're going to go over to the right here, and then things are a little different. We have AT&T Mall, we have IM and Email, and of course we have OZ Messenger. We don't have Get Good or Express Mail here. Call History Organizer. Let's see what's inside of there. So some standard stuff that the Q9 doesn't have actually, such as, let's see, it doesn't have a stopwatch, the Q9, smart converter, that kind of thing, which could be helpful if you're traveling internationally. D-Day, I never really knew what that was. I never used it. Maybe someone can explain that to me. So I'm going to go back. My stuff is just a file organizer. Going back, games. If you remember, we didn't find games on the Q9 for some reason. But, we have the standard Bubble Breaker and Solitaire on the BlackJack II. We have Internet Explorer. This doesn't have Opera. It defaults to Internet Explorer. Over on the right to Applications, let's see what we have in there. Camera, File Explorer, Telenav, a PDF viewer. Q9 takes care of that with Documents to Go. On the next frame here, we have RSS Reader. The Q9 did not have that. Smart Search to flip through things. Then we have Office Mobile, which is refreshing, so you can get the full version of Excel and PowerPoint and Word. Well, the full version, as full as it can get on your smartphone. The capabilities aren't that different from Documents to Go, which is on the Q9. Okay, so we have that. Let's go back a frame, and where are we here in this? Oh, yep, back a frame again. And then if we go into Settings, it'll take you right into the Settings menu, and there's Telenav again and Google Maps. Now this does have a task manager. You press and hold the Home button, and then you should get a task manager. And this is a somewhat better task manager than on the Q9, but it still doesn't show memory usage per program. It only shows you memory used down here. Hopefully it can focus a little bit. It says 29 out of 109. And so, not too much of a difference there. So it's a really tough call between the two devices. The Motorola Q9 Global has Opera. It allows for some better personalization with the right soft key and some more color combinations, whereas the BlackJack II has the real version of Office Mobile, and it has some other smaller applications like Smart Converter and a slightly better Task Manager. In the end, they're about equal. I think that the Q9 is a little bit ahead because it includes the $25 Opera Mobile, which I think a lot of people would find useful, and it really helps your internet experience. So the winner for this round in the software department is the Q9 Global. One more point for that.